Alright, here we're in Unit 3.1, Reasoning with Angles, Investigating Angle Relationships. So this should be a review, so I'm going to go pretty quick and hopefully you can follow along. So draw an appropriate arc to represent the angle x. Okay, so it should be pretty straightforward. There's an acute angle, a right angle, and an obtuse angle. Straight angle, reflex angle, oops, that will actually be this angle, because the inside one would be obtuse, and a complete rotation looks like that. In each case, use a protractor to measure the indicated angles. So here we go. Put that above. That kind of looks like it's going in. Let's make that a little smaller. So that's about 130 degrees. $140 degrees. Okay, so that's 140. If we measure the interior one, we should get 40 degrees. So x is 140, y is 40, together they're 180. So I'll do the same thing for drawing all over this, see? Sorry, that's 140, 40, and together they're 180. Okay. Again, let's set this up. So that looks about to be let's go with 120. So that's 120, and that was 60. So 120 and 60 together is 180. So I'm not going to do the last one, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Angles on a straight line add up to 180 degrees. If they add up to 180, they're supplementary. So here we go. Calculate the angles marked with letters. Well, if we know that angles in a straight line add up to 180, 180 minus 155, oh, geez, my writing, equals, should be 25 degrees. Okay. Same thing here. If we subtract that all from 180 degrees, we should get 61 degrees. And if you use a protractor and you measure all these, you should get, well, 80, that should be 100, because this straight line will add up to 180, which means that that's 80, so that adds up, and which means that's 100. Sorry, 100, because you need to add up to 180. So this example leads you to vertically opposite. Alright, so vertically opposite angles will be the same. So you can see that these are both 100 and those are both 80. So if two lines intersect, this will equal this and that will equal that. Alright, so I'm not going to go through the example here because, again, this should be review. Vertically opposite are equal. You can use a protractor and investigate this and measure each one of these angles, but I'm going to cut right to the chase. Angles around a point add up to 360 degrees. It's a circle, so all the angles within a circle, if you added up all these different angles, they would have to equal 360 because it's a circle. So with this, you can subtract 360 minus 52 minus 57, etc., 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 and angle A is going to equal will equal 100 degrees after you subtract all the other things. So here we go, investigating For this one, you can do the addition. Note that this line here will equal a straight line, so that needs to add up to 180, as well as this is a straight line, so that needs to add up to 180. So right away you can see that's supposed to be 60, and then whatever this other angle is turns out to be 65. Okay. So you can do this investigation and figure out what you get there. So you can actually do this yourself. Alright, so isosceles triangle means that two sides are equal. So these two sides are equal. Now, if you use a protractor, you can measure, you can actually get that these angles are also equal. So in this example, this side is equal and that side is equal. You measure with the ruler, which means that this angle and that angle are equal. And the third angle, this one, or this one, is 180 minus the other angles. Because angles in a triangle add up to 180. Exterior angles. So here we go with exterior angles. Well, you still notice that this is a straight line there, so that needs to add up to 180. All right, that'll add up to 180. That should add up to 180, and that should add up to 180. So whatever the interior angle is, it's 180 minus the other one. So you can get a protractor. I'll do the first one for you. The exterior angle is 130. Since you know it's a straight line, the interior opposite angles are 60 and 70. Alright, so last couple examples. Well, you know that all the angles need to add up to 180, so this angle here will be 180 minus 83 minus 65. So if you do this, this ends up being 32 degrees. In this angle, this needs to add up to 180. So this is actually 180 minus 29, which will equal 151. Same thing for that. 180 minus 36 is equal to 144. And then you know that these three angles here need to add up to 180, so you can figure out angle A and angle C. 180 minus the other two things. Alright, so here you know that that needs to add up to 180 there, and that needs to add up to 180. And then once you know these two angles, you can figure out this one, and from there you know that that's 180, and once you know all that, you can figure out the last one. Again, 180 degrees, subtract to find the other angle from 180. So in summary, angles on one side of the straight line add up to 180, opposite angles at a vertex are equal, and angles around a point are 360, and angles in a triangle add up to 180, and the exterior angle of a triangle equals the sum of the interior opposite angles. So using these rules, you can do the assignment. Again, this should be a review. If you have any questions, come find me.